What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So yesterday I did post on the community tab on this channel saying to you guys, give me some realistic but fun Giannis Antetokounmpo trade ideas, and I'm going to be reacting to some of your replies here in today's video. So I know the odds of Giannis getting traded are very low. It's probably less than like 5% because he's going to get offered the Supermax. He might accept it, he might not, but even if he doesn't accept it, I think the Bucks are still going to try to win with him in 2021. I think as they should. I don't think they should trade him, but we're going to do this for fun because that's what the NBA is all about. So we did get 333 comments. I'm not going to go through all trade ideas, but we're going to go through kind of the top ones. I did sort it by the top comments. And we're going to be skipping over a lot of these because, as you can see, the first one isn't very serious. But good idea, good idea. So, Burger Does Sports will be the first one we're talking about. He goes, Nuggets receive Giannis. Bucks receive Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, Monty Morris, 2021 first via the Rockets, unprotected 2022, unprotected 2024. So they would be allowed to do this trade because each trade they're giving up of their own in 2022, 2024 are not back-to-back, so the step-in rule does not apply to this trade. The good young player they get is Michael Porter Jr., and they get two other semi-solid pieces in Gary Harris and Monty Morris. Now, I wonder if, like, the Bucks wanted to trade Giannis, and they would think about this offer, they would want Jamal Murray in this trade. They would want maybe Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., because I don't think they want to trade Giannis to rebuild. I think the city of Milwaukee, they don't want to rebuild. They want to still remain good. So, I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. is a good enough asset, and with Giannis and Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, those picks are going to be worth, like, nothing. So, I don't really see the Bucks really being enticed by this offer. I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is good enough to be the main piece of a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. That is just my opinion. Like, all these will be my opinion. So now Shabi, or sorry, I'm definitely butchering your name. I do apologize. But he says, or she, Bucks give up Giannis, okay, and the Raptors give up Lowry, Norman Powell, Matt Thomas, and 3 first-round picks. So you could do 2021, 2023, 2025, or 2022, 24, 26. Once again, I don't think the Bucks probably wouldn't accept this offer. They would need OG Anunoby in this trade. I think that is their premier asset in OG Anunoby. Obviously Siakam, but they wouldn't want to move Siakam. But yeah, I think you have to include OG Anunoby also in that trade, and then maybe they would think about that. You get 3 first. But, like, it's like, because are the first that valuable? Because if you have Pascal Siakam, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and maybe Fred VanVleet, you're not going to be bad. Those picks are going to be in the 20s, so it's not like those picks are super valuable. Maybe in 2026, or if they could stretch it out to 2027 or 2028, maybe, because you have no idea what the hell the NBA is going to be like then. But I would definitely want OG in that trade, and I don't even know if that would be enough, because, like, Kyle Lowry has little to no value for the Bucks, or, yeah, for the Bucks, especially with Eric Bledsoe there. And, I mean, you could maybe have, like, Lowry, Anunoby, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Powell, Brook Lopez, and you're still maybe a 16 in the Eastern Conference. But, I don't know. Zane Blair says Bucks receive Anunoby, Lowry, and 2 first. Raptors receive Giannis. They definitely probably need 3 first. Yeah. If what? How many firsts did the Thunder get for Paul George? Like 4 or 5? And I know he was under contract more, but you're going to need at least 4 first-round picks, I think, in total to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, even though he's on an expiring contract. But a city like Toronto or like Miami, a city that could definitely re-sign him. No, I know it is scary to give up 4 first-round picks for an expiring contract, but I think you got to do it. It's the best, arguably the best. It's the best regular season player in the NBA, and he's a top 3 player in the NBA, and you could make an argument that he's the best player in the NBA. Bucks get Paul George in 3 seconds. Clippers get Giannis and Ersan Ilyasova. Well, I mean, the Clippers just have no first really to give up. But, I mean, I guess if Giannis was like, this is my last year as a Buck, either way, if we win it or not. I don't know, because the Bucks can still win the championship next year. They would 100% can. In a perfect world, I think that the Bucks should just go out, trade for Chris Paul, and run it back next year. And if you don't win it all and Giannis leaves, at least you gave it your best shot. Because this is the closest team you're going to get to a championship, I think. I don't know if really getting Paul George in 3 seconds does anything. It just doesn't. And Paul George is basically an expiring contract either. Oh, no. He's going to leave Milwaukee. That's a big no-no for me. Giannis and the Pistons for their whole team. Okay, first Warriors offer Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and 2 unprotected first. Okay, if we're talking about Warriors offers, this would have been a lot easier with D'Lo, but it would have to be Wiggins, number 2. Wiggins, number 2. The Timberwolves first. Eric Pascal. And then probably 2 more Warriors first. So I know they don't have what? Their 2024 from the Iggy trade or something like that. So you would have to give up maybe the 2020 first, their 2021 mini first, 2022 year first, 2024, or we can do 2025 and then 2027. So you're basically giving up 5 first-round picks, 4 of your own, 4 of your own, and then 1 Minnesota pick, and Andrew Wiggins and Eric Pascal. It's a lot, but you're adding Giannis with Curry, Clay, Draymond. You got to do it. I don't know. Well, you're really sacrificing because, okay, you're giving up your 2028 first. Curry would be around 38 then. Same with Clay and Draymond. But Giannis would be only 33. So, I mean, that is a lot. Maybe you would give up 3 first-round picks, including 2020 and the Minnesota pick. Yeah, that would make probably more sense. But do you really want Wiggins? But, I mean, you're getting the number 2 overall pick in this draft. You're getting Minnesota's pick, which could be very high next year, depending if they're bad or not. I don't know. I think that might be the best offer we've mentioned. It's so hard to figure out a Giannis trade because it's not going to happen. But I just want to see the ideas that if it was on the table. Bucks get Pascal Siakam, Terrence Davis, and I forgot about Terrence Davis. I think he would also be included in some trades as well. I don't think the Raptors would want to trade Pascal Siakam. I think they want to pair up Giannis with Siakam. Giannis to the Spurs for Aldridge, Milosavljevic, and picks. Wouldn't mind giving up DeRozan too. Just the Bucks would have to give up a second? Okay. That can't be serious. Magic, Giannis, and a second-round pick. Bucks receive Jonathan Isaac, Mo Bamba, Everett Fournier if he opts in the 2 first. You probably want Fultz in that trade as well. Yeah, maybe Fultz. I mean, yeah. I would probably rather have Isaac, Bamba, Fultz, but probably to make the money work, you would have to have Fournier or Terrence Ross in that trade. And 2 first-round picks. Honestly, not the worst haul in the world just because you're getting 3 players and 2 picks, but I can't see the Bucks picking up the phone for this. I just can't. Giannis to the Raptors for Fred VanVleet. He would have to do a sign and trade there. Ibaka, Norman Powell, and 2 to 3 first-round picks. I think OG's got to be included. OG and Terrence Davis have to be included in the trades. Sixers get Giannis. Okay. Bucks get Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Zaire Smith, 2 firsts and 2 seconds. Now, that is intriguing. I would think also maybe instead of Zaire, they threw in Josh Richardson. But, oh boy, wait. Okay, because Ben Simmons is honestly, if the Bucks were like, okay, Giannis is gone, we're not going to win it all next year. Or Giannis requests a trade, right? And we're gonna fulfill that request. Getting Ben Simmons, I think, would be one of the best players you could probably get on the market. Yeah, like I'd rather have Ben Simmons than the number 2 overall pick. I'd rather have Ben Simmons than Kyle Lowry and OG Anunoby. I'd rather have Ben Simmons than Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris. I'd rather have Ben Simmons than Bam Adebayo. Like, that's if the Heat. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Heat offer yet. But that one is intriguing. It's not like the Sixers have great first-round picks. They do have high second-round picks, but no great first-round picks. Giving up Thybulle, Smith, and Simmons, that isn't the worst offer in the world. Because Simmons is very young. That's what's big about this. And then for the Sixers, you get Giannis and Embiid. But then, I guess, Horford off the bench. You have still Harris at the 3. And then you just have no backcourt. But I guess if you don't throw in Richardson, you can still have a backcourt. Tower says, I don't think he gets traded, but Giannis, Sterling Brown, and Ursan Ilyasova for DeAndre Ayton, Kelly Oubre, Mikal Bridges, Ty Jerome, Suns 2020 and 2021 first, and 2025 top 3 protected. That's a lot, but I think that's like where this would have to be. You're giving up Ayton, who is still a very good player. He was a number 1 overall pick in 2018. Kelly Oubre, still a good scorer. He's a free agent, correct? Or he's a free agent next year. He's a free agent next year. Mikal Bridges, Ty Jerome, and then you're giving up 3 first-round picks, including the 10th overall pick in this draft. I think that's a start. I think that is something that they could negotiate because you're giving up a lot. They're giving up a really good young player, which I think they're going to need to get in return in DeAndre Ayton. You get a good, not vet, but a good like overall player at this moment in Kelly Oubre. Mikal Bridges, a perfect role player. Ty Jerome, still a young point guard with potential, who's a first-round pick in 2019. And 3 first-round picks, including a guaranteed top 10 pick this year. That's not a terrible offer either. Giannis to Golden State for Wiggins, Pascal, Poole, 2020 first, 2021, and 2022. Yeah, that's what we talked about before. I would maybe think that they would throw in like a 2025 first in there. If they can, or 2026. Giannis for CJ McCollum, Nurkic, Nasir Little. Wow, he doesn't really like his... Okay. And 2 first-round picks and a second. Yeah, the Bucks probably don't pick up the phone there. I'm going to hit you all with a 3-team trade. Okay, Nitty, let's see what he's got here. So, Heat receive Giannis and Courtney Lee. Bucks receive Duncan Robinson, Tim Hardaway. Oh, well. The Bucks would not accept that. You're giving up Giannis and you're getting Duncan Robinson, Tim Hardaway Jr., a first-round pick from the Mavs, 2 firsts and a second from the Heat. So they're not getting Kendrick Nunn, Tyler Hero, or Bam Adebayo. If you probably want to trade for Giannis, you're probably including Tyler Hero and Bam, I would think. So, yeah, I don't think the Heat would accept that. So Warriors receive Giannis. We kind of already talked about these Warriors trade. Cavs get Giannis. Bucks get Kevin Porter Jr., 5th and a 2022 first. I don't think the Bucks would pick up the phone. Okay, here we go. We have a Celtics offer. Giannis to the Celtics for Jaylen Brown, Smart, Langford, and 3 picks. Okay, the 3 picks is enticing, but it's not like they have any good first-round picks now. Like, the Memphis pick is going to be gone. The Kings pick gone. That were kind of their premier assets over the last couple of years. And, like, obviously the Nets picks as well. I would think Tatum would have to be there. I mean, I'm sure they don't want to give up Tatum. So Brown, Smart, and Langford is interesting because Brown is a good young asset. 3 picks, maybe. Maybe this would work. I don't know. Maybe they would also ask for Kemba instead of Smart so they could remain good. I don't know. It's so hard to predict a Giannis trade. We have Giannis at the Pelicans for Ingram, Lonzo, Hayes, and 3 firsts. That's also an interesting offer. I wonder if they would do Zion for Giannis. I wonder if some type of Zion for Giannis trade. But yeah, you get to pair up Giannis with Zion. You also would still have Derek Favors. You would still have Drew Holiday, which is pretty big. You're going to have, I don't know if they're going to give up their first in the shift. It looks like they probably would. Maybe 2020, 2022, and then a Lakers first or something like that. But if they could do 1 Lakers first, your 2021 first and your 2023 first, I'd rather do that because then you can still draft a point guard like a Kyron Lewis or an RJ Hampton, somebody like that. Theo Maledon, not Nico Mannion, maybe Cole Anthony Falls with the 13th pick in the draft. So that could maybe spark a conversation. Nick DeFabio says Heat receive Giannis, Bucks receive Michael Porter Jr., Rockets first round pick, 2 Heat first round picks, Iggy and Nunn. Nuggets receive Jimmy. Well, the Heat would want to pair up Giannis with Butler. They wouldn't want to trade Jimmy Butler. Okay, he has Hudson has Heat get Giannis, Bucks get Bam, Hero, Crowder, Olynyk, 2021st, 3 and 5. I think that's like, okay, if Giannis was on a multi-year contract, I could see them doing this. But, like, it's also hard to say the Heat should trade for Giannis and they should just wait for 2021 because they already proved that they could beat Giannis in the playoffs this year. So it's not like they need Giannis unless they get, like, swept by the Raptors or the Celtics, and they're like, okay, we definitely need a second star next to Jimmy, or just a second, like, or somebody better than Jimmy. Jimmy needs to be kind of like a sidekick more than the main guy. I don't know, something like that, because the Heat are probably only going to get better. Butler's still in his prime, so he's not going to regress, at least in the next 2 years. Bam's going to get better. This was his first breakout year. I'm sure he's going to get better each season goes along. Hero was a rookie. Duncan Robinson was basically a rookie the amount of minutes he played this year. Kendrick Nunn was a rookie. They're only going to get better, so I think the Heat, that's a lot to really gut your core to a team that already beat Giannis. So I think, okay, so a lot of these trades are like I disagree with a lot of these trades. Maybe like a Porzingis for Giannis trade you can get into, but I don't blame you guys for like these trades at all because it's so hard to predict a Giannis trade. He's arguably the best player in the NBA. He's basically on an expiring contract. Because he's going to want to opt out and get money. I think he has a player option for 2020. Or he might be unrestricted. But either way, he's going to get a contract extension in 2021 free agency, if not this offseason by the Bucks. So I think it's hard to give up a lot for him. And with the Bucks trade him, because the Bucks are going to have Giannis this year no matter what. And I don't think Giannis is going to request a trade. This would be the maybe Bucks thinking a step ahead and he's going to leave us, let's get something for him, rather than the KD scenario, he leaves for nothing, we don't win a championship. But I think the Bucks realize this is their best time to win a championship. I think they're going to make a trade this offseason, a big one, but I don't think it's going to be trading Giannis. I think they should go after a Chris Paul, upgrade at your point guard position over Eric Bledsoe, and then go all in. Because this team was good enough to win it all in these playoffs. They disappointed in round 2, but I think now, second straight year of a disappointing exit. Last year with Toronto, this year with Miami. They realized they need to make a move. They pretty much kept the team the same last year, besides losing Malcolm Brogdon, but they were still great throughout the regular season. But they realized they need to, I think, make a move in this offseason, and obviously they probably regret letting go Brogdon and keeping Bledsoe. Either way, I think you trade Bledsoe, you trade the Pacers first round pick, a pick that you didn't move at the deadline for like a Marcus Morris, and that's fine, even though maybe in hindsight they should have. You do that, and you try to get Chris Paul, but I think you try to keep DiVincenzo, and then you have your lineup next year of possibly Chris Paul, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez, and that is your go-to 5 for the playoffs. I think that's a really good starting five. It's a better starting five this year. DiVincenzo's going to get better. Giannis is still going to be an MVP type guy. Middleton's still going to be an all-star type player. Brook Lopez, you could see some regression, so maybe look at a backup center just in case. But if you can keep DiVincenzo, I think that's huge, and I think you go out and you get Chris Paul and you trade away Eric Bledsoe, because you can still, George Hill is still a serviceable backup point guard. But yeah, that is going to be for me. I reacted to some of your Giannis trades. I think we can come to the conclusion that it would be very hard for a Giannis trade to get done in this offseason, so I think it would make more sense for them to go out and get a piece next to Giannis. I don't think they can move Middleton to get a better player than Middleton, but I think that they should definitely think about, like, not like a Bradley Beal, like, you know what I mean, like somebody better than a Middleton, like a Jimmy Butler might be perfect, but that is never happening this offseason. So, yeah, I think they go out, they try to trade for a point guard. Chris Paul seems like the person with the lowest trade value, but he's like the best player. Like, he still has some trade value, and he's still an all-star point guard as he was this year, but you're not giving up the whole farm for him. So, I think that's what they do. I don't think a Giannis trade gets done this offseason. This was still really fun. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. Maybe we can do this for Chris Paul trades or maybe some other trades if you guys did like this style of video. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.